who are the Vedic Aryans, and there is a huge debate surrounding it. Debate about who were they, कब आए, कौन आए, India से थे, बाहर से थे. We do not want to go into that debate because that is very problematic and it is very complex and political also. You have some people who are linguistics. They used to call them philologists, linguistic study करने वाले. They are the ones who began the debate 200 years ago. William Jones and all. They found out some common language, linguistic words in Indian, Hindi, Sanskrit, European and Persian, etc. Then they came up with some, if the languages have common words, these words have common root, it means people have come from common place. So there may be some homeland of them. That is happening in 1790s. उस समय अंग्रेज ये सोच रहे हैं. In Asiatic Society of Calcutta. Come 2 generations after, 1830s, 1840s. By that time, new people have come in, more research, Max Muller. And then after 1880s, you have your famous sociologist, H.H. Risley, Herbert Risley. So these people in 19th century are under idea of race. Race. Aryan is a race. So they start calling Aryan as a race, which are different. And Aryans invaded India, like we have done to India. British Aryans also came to India like invasion. So they are superior Aryans who came and invaded India. So this Aryan invasion theory was the product of 19th century racist Europe. Then that went on for a long time, but in 1922-24 we have Harappa. Question got arised. What is this now? Ab tak to hum sochte the, when Aryans came, they civilized these poor people, but before Aryans came, they have such huge cities. Ab batao. So it is not the invasion of very superior Aryan culture. India was already superior and cultured. It means Aryans were brute people, but still invasion was there. So this Indra stands accused on the circumstantial evidence that I talked about it yesterday, like Mortimer Wheeler. So now the Aryan is still a race in their idea. Aryan invasion is still there, but when Aryans come, India is not backward, it is already civilized. Usko destroy kar diya in logon ne. That is a theory that came in 1940s, 1960s. But by 1970s, we have found Mehergarh. So there is no such kind of thing of Western opinion, and all those things are discarded. So today, we have completely rejected Aryan invasion theory. There is no Aryan invasion. But there is still a strong contender, which is Aryan migration theory. AIT is discarded, AMT is still upheld. So Aryans still came from outside, but not as invaders. They came as migrants. And when they come as migrants, it means they are not coming in huge numbers. लाखों लोग आ गए. नहीं. They are not 18th century European colonists जो अमेरिका जाके, ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाके पूरा कॉन्टिनेंट बर्बाद कर दे, सबको मार दे और अपनी. That is not what Aryans did to India. Indians had already a lot of cultures here. They came few numbers, gradually, step by step. You have various models, and then they got merged into Indian culture. And with the mixing of that Aryan and non-Aryan, today we have today's Hinduism. Right? Now the question still arises, why, if they were so few in number, why their language become more important? No, then you have to go to various linguistic anthropology, and the model. Recently the book came by Peggy Mohan also. You must have seen that. So those things, no, you don't study linguistic anthropology. Okay. So there are a lot of theories about pattern-client relationship or some kind of, lot of theories are there. Why small people who are elite, their language becomes more prominent over vast masses of people. We don't need to go into those debates. But idea is that Aryans still came from outside as migrants in small numbers gradually. Is that clear? Now, can you reconstruct the history of their arrival? That is the next point. Then yes. So how to do that? So let me tell you. 5000 BCE, in the homeland, Central Asia, at Pontic steppes or steppe region, you have a place called Kurgan, Yamna. Don't remember these names, just understand them, etc. Samana. These are various small cultures in the Pontic steppe. They are the ones who, for the first time in 5200 BC, this is a hypothesis, around that, domesticate horse. Right? They speak a language. We don't know what that language is, but we can reconstruct it based on some kind of linguistic models. We call that language as Proto-Indo-European. It's a name that we have given today, scientific name, because language is lost. It is called as, can you repeat that? Yes, Proto-Indo-European language. Now these people started migrating over time gradually. Have you heard this theory altogether? You have not heard, no? So in Pontic steppe, they start gradually moving in. They went into 3 branches. One branch went towards Europe or West. So वहां से फिर जर्मनिक, इटालियन, केल्टिक ये सब लैंग्वेज आना शुरू होते हैं. One branch went to south of them. Today we have Armenia, Georgia, that region, and from there they formed the Eastern European languages again. So these 2 branches are of no importance to us. Let us forget about them. One branch came to east. East मतलब अपने कश्मीर के नॉर्थ में, in Turkmenistan etc. region. And that branch, this is 5200, it came around 4000 BC. Okay, and that branch developed a culture there that is called as Sintashta culture. Sintashta culture. In your handouts also, I have given all these things, do not worry, but I am drawing a map so that you can memorize things very easily. So this is the place, this is westward branch, southern branch, eastern branch. Simple. And I have a map here. This is westward, वगैरह वगैरह. Sintashta culture यहाँ पे बना. They came eastward. The Sintashta culture then increased into something called as Andronovo culture. And then that mixed with other culture, BMSC. So I'll just write 3 names for you. These are things given into NCERT also, by the way. Okay, Sintashta culture developed into Andronovo culture. And this Andronovo culture came in contact with BMAC. What is BMAC? Anybody? Bacteria Margiana archaeological complex. It's just a complex. It is kind of urban culture, by the way. Thoda urban towns are found already there. These people are speaking a language. Now that language is called as Proto-Indo-Iranian language. Okay. अब तक follow कर रहे हो मुझे? Now what happened? Of them, some people started spreading again. They had their own branch that settled in north of Iran somewhere. So we have one branch coming here that settled in North Iran. And they are the one who started speaking, calling themselves Aryan. So this is the only branch of original people who came from Kurgan, etc. region who named themselves as Aryan. Other branches did not call themselves by any other name. There was no such identity. They got mixed in local cultures and developed new languages. But these are the ones who called themselves Aryans, and their language little bit evolved further, called Indo-Iranian. We have came from Proto-Indo-European, one branch became Proto-Indo-Iranian, and that evolved into Indo-Iranian. Yes.
These were the people, a branch of it which migrated to north of Iraq.
Yes, these people same people. Okay. Now what happened afterwards? These people again split into 3 branches. These Aryan people split into 3 branches. Now what are those 3 branches? Again you go to west, south, and southeast, or let us call east only, doesn't matter. The people who went to west went to Turkey, Anatolia, Turkey, like Levant. There they formed kingdom like Mitanni kingdom in Turkey region, in Levant. And we have some evidence. For example, we have found their inscriptions. The most famous inscription that UPSC has asked about is 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐬𝐭 inscription. 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐬𝐭 inscription is nothing but a treaty, peace treaty between 2 warring people. कि भाई आप और हम झगड़ा नहीं करेंगे, It is given in handouts also. Will not fight anymore. Let us have a truce. That truce is inscribed on this inscription. And when you have truce, आप भगवान का नाम लेके बोलते हो. So gods के नाम, the names of God they have taken like Nasatya, Mitra, Varuna, etc. They are like in same people. They also have one manuscript called 𝐂𝐭 manuscript. 𝐂𝐈KKULI. 𝐂𝐭 manuscript. This manuscript is a horse training manual. So horses were very important. They are the ones who had domesticated horses and went everywhere because they had superior technology of fighting, horse and ratha and everything. So we have one horse training manual from that era called 𝐂𝐭 manuscript. The people who went to south went to a region and they said, we are Aryans, so our land is Aryana, that is Iran. Iran has come from Aryan. So they are Iranian people. And they formed their own evolved religion there in the book called Zendavesta. Avesta. And the religion is called as Zoroastrianism. Yes, Zoroastrian religion. And their cousins, अब दो भाई झगड़ के गए हैं, एक का दुश्मन एक का भाई, प्यार मोहब्बत झगड़ा सब कुछ किया है. So these people are called Indo-Aryans, who came and composed Rigveda. Is it clear? Let me show you the entire map first. It seems mind-boggling, but it is very easy. Simple, itna sa hai. Same people, horse domestication, 3 branches. 2 branches went to west. The language they spoke originally in Proto-Indo-European. These are constructs, our theoretical constructs. Then the branch came to east. We have Sintashta culture, evolved into Andronovo, interacted with BMSC. Now these are all, when they are discovered, hardly 30 years, 1970s, 1980s, Russian people found these civilizations. In 1920, we found Harappa. In 1970, they found these cultures. And at that time, it was USSR, so nobody knew about it. After 1991, gradually the world came to, Achha, ye bhi hai. So if you read some book which is very old, it wouldn't have all those things. Now we are trying to create these connecting dots. This is very recent, 20-25 years ago. These things have come into light. We have Sintashta culture, Andronovo, BMSC. From that, one branch comes called Aryan. Language is Indo-Iranian. Then here you have Iranian Bhasha and Sanskrit Bhasha. Is it clear? This is the Aryan migration theory. Now, the migration happened very slowly in small packets. Sometimes they would go somewhere 100 kilometers, 50 kilometers, stay there for 2-3 generations. Maybe थोड़ा सा आगे ऐसे रथ लेके घोड़े लेके हमला करके नहीं आए थे. ठीक है? Clear? Any doubt online? Karanbir, Abhishek? Any query, any issue? So let me show and read this for you. You will come to know. Everything is given here. Don't worry. Firstly, the idea of homeland, origin in Central Asia. There was a debate, where is homeland? Even Dayanand Saraswati said it is in Tibet. Dayanand Saraswati had his own theory that Aryans came from Tibet. But anyway, it is not discarded theory. So from there, people diffused outwards in various directions, not invasion. Languages, you have Proto-Indo-Iranian, Proto-Indo-European to Proto-Indo-Iranian to Indo-Iranian to Indo-Aryan. 4 language evolution, 4 stage. It took thousands of years. Then this is the original homeland in Pontic steppe. Around 5200, they started domestication, etc. Then around 4000, they started spreading because of some reason. Why they started migrating, we don't know. That has been happening for centuries. Central Asia से हमेशा लोग आते परेशान करते. ठीक है, नई बात तो है नहीं. So for climate change, from drought, what are the grasslands? They have some problems. These languages may have been carried by small groups of males with pattern client systems, which allowed their inclusion of others into the cultural system. Now, south and west branches हमें काम की नहीं है. They went to Europe. I am not going into the theory, the anthropological theory, that if I am a rich person, I am more elite person, and you are all my clients, then you start absorbing my power distance is there. You are dependent on me. You start absorbing my terms also. It's one method of elite recruitment and all. There are a lot of theories there. The question I posed initially, that why language of minority become language of majority? There are various models of how this could happen. One of them. So eastward branch came Sintashta. You have Proto-Indo-Iranian language, Andronovo, BMSC, simple. BMSC is also called as Oxus civilization, Oxus Nadi, Amu Darya, Sir Darya. So you come here, then you have BMSC, then you come gradually to Swat Valley, then cemetery. At that time, when you have BMSC and Andronovo, it is exactly at the same time you have Harappan civilization in contemporary. So Shortughai may be the one which is trading with those people in BMSC, who knows? It is our guess. Then they call themselves Aryans. Again, they divide in 3 branches: westwards, southwards, and southeast. In the west, you have Mitanni Empire, Bogaspa inscription, and 𝐂𝐭 text. In south, you have Iranian Zend-Avesta, Zoroastrianism. In the east, you have Rigvedic Aryans. Is it simple? Clear? Okay. Now, if you see, because these people split from the same people, they had same language initially, which evolved separately later on. Language has many common terms. There are some examples. In Sanskrit, in Avestan, in Iranian language, Old Iranian, aap is water. They call it aap. Just don't memorize this, just understand their cognate terms. Actually, from this such kind of thing, only the entire theory started 240 years ago in Calcutta. William Jones. Asura, Ahura. But उसमें फर्क है. In Sanskrit, Asur is somebody who is evil, right? But in Iranian, Asur is somebody who is good, God. तो हमारे यहाँ असुर और देव का झगड़ा चलता है. देव हीरो है और असुर विलन. If you go to the other side of the compound, देव विलन है और असुर हीरो. So अहुर माजदा, क्योंकि झगड़ा करके आए 2 भाई, तो उल्टा होगा सब कुछ. So in Zend-Avesta, gods are villains and asuras are great people, but terms are the same. Asura, Ahura, Atharvan, Atar, Deva, Daiva. So it's a list: Rita, Artha, Yagya, Yasna, Hotri, Zotar, Arya, Arya, Yama, Yima. Same terms, Iranian and Sanskrit. So they are languages. So from here, actually, I am giving you the chronological sense, but people went in the other direction. Initially, they came with this table. Then they started अच्छा, then they started अच्छा से करके ऊपर गए, reconstruct किया. So it took them a lot of time. So we don't need to know the history of how it was constructed. We just need to know how the migration happened. Okay. The more important things from the exam point of view, specifically, is once they came into Indian subcontinent, what is the story from there onwards? When and where Rigveda was composed? What was the geography of Rigveda? And then, is there any evidence of migration from Rigvedic area eastwards towards Ganga Valley when the later Vedas were composed? And what is the evidence of that? So that is more important to us. ये आपको समझना है.